Hey guys, it's Chris here at Trueform Tiny again. Trueform here with another unit, the tinier Trueform in Eugene. This is the Virginia load going to Virginia. Okay, and then we got the Montana shipment that's going to go. Hey guys, it's Chris once again here at Trueform in Eugene. We're picking up these two tiny homes that are oversized. This is a 10.6 wide. The other one is a 10.5 wide. We're moving this guy here just locally. This one's coming back and going to Eugene. We got another colleague who took off already with a normal size. This guy is 36 feet long and 13-11 tall. We're gonna hook up to it a little bit later. Pick this guy up here. It's being prepped for the road. You know, electrical needs to be still installed or connected. The electrician back there is working on the electrical lights in the back. Of course, this is again another larger unit that's designed to be oversized. We're going to be hauling it to Dillon Beach just like the other ones. It's taken a little bit more time to prep this one because there's more issues after the manufacturing of this unit and being that's been a few months since it's been parked. They are going to prep it and get it all roadworthy and also comfortable for the client or for the owner to make certain that there's all components working and operational. The plumbing, the electrical, their internal components are all by the standards of their operating agreement and all that. And so because of that, we have to stand by for a little while. There's still quite a bit of work to be done on this. Hopefully it'll be ready by tomorrow, if not tonight. The tires are deflated, almost very low. There's still quite a bit of electrical needs to be done. The gentleman here underneath is working on the electrical for the rear lights and also the tongue and the breakaway. But yeah, this is like the other one. It's a same design, beach wood trim with wood siding, white in color with stripes or the stripes that you see. It's got that side door with eventually kind of a balcony or a I guess a step going up on it. What I really like about this unit is the large windows back there. If you see that design right there, that window design is extremely important because when you're sitting inside your living room back there, you're seeing the whole world. As a home away from home, this is kind of a really nice feature to have in this structure, especially where these are going on the beach. And so you got these large upper windows that are really cool. And then of course the larger windows back behind or underneath that. I think that's a pretty cool feature to have in a tiny home. Then of course this window back here and then the side window. And so this is the living room area, doorway, steps going up, and then the loft up at the top with the large windows and the large windows in the back too. Yeah, so that's what I like about this particular design. Of course, it's got that aluminum or sheet metal roof, corrugated roof that's protecting the roof, and it's of course 14 feet tall. So you've got a lot of space in a platform that gives very, very much accommodation to even a 4 member family. You can have 2 guests or 2 people sleeping up at the top, and maybe 2 down below, and then the living room with the kitchen up in the front there. So yeah, it's a pretty nice design. I like it myself. If I could afford it, I would buy it, but I don't have a place to put it. So for now, we're just going to haul it for the customers that buy these units. So again, we're still sitting here waiting for the unit to be prepped and ready. So it should be here tonight, later on, or tomorrow morning, hopefully. Not too long, because we have to make this delivery as the customer is waiting for it now at the beach in California. We got the flags on there. We got the oversized sign on it. The marker lights are working, operational. The pressure on the tires is up to 65 psi. All the hubs have been inspected. The lug nuts are torqued. And we got the covers on the vents up at the top. We've got the breakaway and the chain and the 7-way connected here. We're crossing the chains this time with a additional chain support bracket. We've got a reinforced hitch assembly here for the purpose of supporting the Tune 516 ball. The clasp is locked in place. The flags are in place. The window's covered. It's going to be pulled by this Freightliner that we have that has been pulling most of the heavyweight units. Got the oversized sign on it. And yeah, we're pretty much ready to take off. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. In this case, good early morning. We made it here to Dillon Beach with this particular tiny, large home. Once again, we're here about 5 in the morning. Just about to disconnect. We put some cones out here because it's kind of halfway in the road. We're going to be setting it up over here for them to relocate in the morning, a little later morning. But we're leaving it on this corner here. We're going to take our oversized sign. The unit is delivered and received, I guess, here at Dillon Beach. This is the unit that we brought in from Eugene. We're going to disconnect the Tune 516's ball here, hitch assembly here, and lower our airbag. So we opened it up. Now we're going to go inside the truck and lower our airbag, and that way it's sitting on its landing gear. But we've chalked the wheels on both sides. So we put a chalk block in here, and then we've also chalked the wheel on the other side by a 4x4. So it's not going to go anywhere in this position. It's connected. The unit that's standing on its own. All the signage is taken off and it's ready to be relocated wherever it needs to go. So hey guys, it's Chris again here at Trueform in Eugene. This is the Virginia load going to Virginia on the East Coast. 3-axle, 7,000 pound axle a piece. So 3 times 7 is 21,000 pounds. So that's usually the weight of this unit, about 20,000 pounds. This is a 40-foot long unit with a deck in the back. This we're going to pick up tomorrow and relocate and get prepped ready to go to Virginia. This guy's got a 4,000 pound hitch tongue weight because of the axles being all the way in the back. And it's an amazing unit because it's got a staircase, possibly windy on the road. It will probably be whistling all the way up there or down there. Anyway, this is a Tune 516 ball hitch assembly. We're going to be picking this up again. It's a almost 14 foot tall, hopefully not much more than 13, 11. This is prepped, ready to go. We're going to be picking it up tomorrow to go to Virginia with. So this is again, 40 foot, only 8.6 wide, believe it or not, but 40 foot being that the axles are all the way in the back, it's going to put more weight on the tongue. So this is almost prepped, but yeah, this is a very beautiful unit we're going to be picking up tomorrow evening. Good morning, guys. It's Chris once again. It is a Saturday after all here at Trueform Tiny Home. We're bringing a load that's going to Virginia Beach House. This is a almost 14 foot tall. Look at that clearance. And we're gonna prep it for that guy there. But anyway, this 14 foot, 40 foot long, almost tiny home. It's only 8 foot 6 inches wide. Look at that height up there. Anyway, look at the clearance on the bottom. It's almost flat with the ground, similar to a low deck, low buoy. But look at that deck up at the top. That's nice. We got ground guides here. Got the forklift operator bringing it, and there's a guy sitting up at the very top there to give clearance to make sure nothing's touching. This is safety operation at its best. So anyway, it's still coming out. The guy up there is on the deck watching the roof to make sure it's not touching as he's pulling it out still. Tiny long home, let's put it that way, with a lot of tongue weight up at the front. Still coming out, still longer, a few more feet. And you know what's interesting with this guy? On the very back, there's also a deck that opens up, and the homeowner has still coming out. Look at the length of this guy. Anyway, the back of it opens up. You can see that partition. It's more of a deck. It just kind of lowers down. And it turns it into almost like a 50-something foot structure. And anyway, that's this tiny home that we're going to take over to Virginia on the road here this morning and getting it prepped, ready to go. And it looks like we got it out. It's got 3 axles, 3 7,000 pound axles, of course the marker lights, and the rear deck with a wood siding. 1 door on that side. There's a few doors on the other side for utilities. It's got a propane tank in the front there for kind of like an RV setup. But the interesting thing is the steps going all the way to the very top there. That should be going down the wind quite, I guess I said that last time, possibly whistling. We'll see. Okay, so we are connected, ready to go. We have to lift the hitch assembly a little bit higher. The bolt pattern is lifted up. The chains are locked in place, crisscross, the 7-way, the breakaway. The front is secured. We got a little window over here, but it should be okay because it's protected by the flaps of the truck, so all the debris will not splatter. Of course, the staircase going up. We have to raise it up a little bit. As you can see, there's a dryer vent just sitting literally so low to the ground. So we got to pay attention, close attention to the clearance on this unit because it could catch, but there's no way they manufacture it this way. You can see the low hanging point there, the dryer vent blower cover. And if you look closer, you'll see that there's an actual dryer vent and piping and plumbing just sitting maybe that much off the ground. That's like 6 inches, 7 inches off the ground, maybe 6.5 inches off the ground on the front. So having that clearance really low makes it very difficult for navigation over train tracks and various obstacles. We've already torqued the tires, made sure that there's enough pressure in the tires themselves. Looked for undercarriage loose items. The landing gears are all the way up. The back deck is all the way in strapped, and there's an actual strap that's holding it in place, including a winch cable back up there. This back deck turns this whole building into maybe like 50 feet, I think. Anyway, it's ready to go, and we're heading out. Well, here we are in Troutdale, Oregon. We're taking a quick fuel break and break with this unit here. We got it parked at our storage yard currently. We're going to be parking it here for the next few hours as we take our little rest to continue on the road towards Virginia. And we're currently in Troutdale at our storage facility here, our actually a yard that we utilize for all of our trailers. And we have a secured gate access back there that gives us private entrance. It is an expensive way to store your equipment safely. But anyway, that said, without an actual yard, it's very hard these days to find private property in Oregon. Everything is sold at a high rated speed, meaning that once somebody puts it up for sale, it sells even before anybody makes offers. Anyway, so we're here. This is the unit currently ready to go. We're going to continue en route as soon as we take our official DOT break. Hey guys, it's Chris once again here at Trueform in Eugene. We're picking up these two tiny homes that are oversized. This is a 10.6 wide. The other one is a 10.5 wide. We're moving this guy here just locally. This one's coming back and going to Eugene. We got another colleague who took off already with a normal size. This guy is 36 feet long and 13-11 tall. We're going to hook up to it a little bit later. Right now we're going to move this unit to a location nearby here to store it until we take this to, I believe this one's going to, where is it going? I think it's going to, not Oklahoma, but Montana. That's where it's going. That's Montana load. So anyway, we're ready to go here, about to take off. Lots of room. Lots of room. Come on back. Yeah, come on back. All right, guys, so we came here to this location. It's a little soft ground, a little bit of clearance, a little bit of space, a little bit of rock. But because the owner here of the land needs it parked right on the right on the grass between these other units, it is very hard to get in there because we got no support. We got soft dirt, as you can see back here, and not enough clearance. So essentially the truck is going to get stuck in this super soft, muggy mess over here. If we're gonna not have gravel to support the weight of the truck and the trailer, we're gonna spend the night. So as with everything else, it's best to have reinforcement before you get onto it. There's quite a bit of tracks here, and it's grassy and soft ground, but it could be done with the right amount of hardening on the ground. The dirt, when the dirt is hard, you can get up on it, but when it's soft, a semi truck like that guy over there is going to dig in and start skidding, and you spend the night with the customer. So that said, we're going to reposition this guy and put it just out of the way, and then when it needs to be relocated, look at that, by the way, that's mud. It's soft mud. We're going to come back, and hopefully by then the owner is going to gravel some of this area so that way we can get some traction. Otherwise, we're going to be here for a while. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys, so we made it over again. Dillon Beach, another large, tiny home. We just delivered. The customer's now just taking possession of it. This is a 36 footer, 14 feet, almost 14 feet tall, 4 axles. We've done the same thing with these other ones. That's a big one, that's a big one, that's a big one, that's a big one. So all those big ones that are 36, 14 feet or 13, 11 tall, we brought in. Now and we brought some smaller ones, that obviously, as you can see back over there, there's a small one. And then there's another small one that we just brought in right here. So now it's the leftovers of the smaller units, which are usually about 26 feet in length, and they're of course 13.6 tall. We're going to continue bringing as many as the customer needs. I believe there's about 15 in plan total. So these are kind of the smaller ones here. As you can see, they're still 13.6. You know, obviously the customer takes the tongue off of it once they assemble it. So 13.6, about 26 feet, 8.6 wide, unlike 10.6 and 13.11 tall and 36 feet. So this guy's ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and depart at this time and go pick up another one. Hey guys, so it's Chris once more. I just want to document the item that we brought in earlier. This is how long is this, Peter?
24 feet long.
24-foot tiny home that was brought in by my colleague right there on a 2-axle. It's 8.6 wide and of course 13.6 tall. This unit 11.6 high. Okay, so 11.6 high, 24 and 2-axle unit. Really nice looking structure. And look at it. We brought that in just about an hour or so, a couple hours ago. And that is ready to go almost. They're going to take the tongue out and make it accessible for customers to rent. So that is a tiny home. If a tiny home would have its name, this would be it. The other ones are more like park model manufactured home styles. So anyway, thank you for watching. Let us know if we need to tow or transport any of your structures. We are here 24/7.